All colitis diets are making your colitis symptoms worse. The FODMAP diet, the specific carbohydrate diet, the GAPS diet, the carnivore diet. Even if you were able to talk to God and he was to tell you the perfect diet to follow, this diet will only make your colitis symptoms worse because it's not addressing the root cause of your colitis. It's actually making the root cause of colitis worse. Why are we focusing on diet when the colon barely even digests food? It literally absorbs water. It only holds crap. So the real root cause of colitis, and doctors knew this before Big Pharma took over, before the 70s, is it always starts after a traumatic event. I have seen people's colitis start after, they were remodeling their house and they got into a fight with a contractor and they were fighting back and forth. I've seen colitis start after breakups. I've seen colitis start after someone did not get a job promotion, betrayal from a best friend, losing their job, getting kicked off the hockey team or the soccer team. It always starts after a traumatic event. Most people get hung up about diet is, one guy, he celebrated finding a new job, and he did that by going to his favorite restaurant. And he got steak and he got a milkshake. Those were like his favorite foods that he had eaten a million times. But that night, when he got home, he saw blood in the toilet for the first time. So he was like, oh, I ate steak and a milkshake. It had to be that food. But logically, that makes zero sense because he ate that food his whole entire life and he was fine. And technically, that food hadn't even reached his colon yet. It would take at least 24 hours. Those foods were still in his stomach and they were nowhere near his colon. In reality, what had happened is he lost his first job. That was the shock. His gut was in overdrive while he was looking for a new job. Then he resolved that conflict when he got his new job and he celebrated with a tasty meal. Then that's when the symptoms start, because the gut has to repair from all that overdrive it had. If you were in overdrive for a week, the symptoms aren't that bad, but if you were in overdrive for months, the symptoms are terrible. And then the colitis symptoms made it so he couldn't work, which turned the conflict back on, and it just turned into this vicious cycle. In order to heal your colitis for good, we need to fix the root cause, the traumatic event. Diet will do absolutely nothing for your colitis symptoms.